Hey, Bill here with 30-Minute Wood Shop. Thanks for joining. All right, today I want to show you a side-by-side comparison of Porter cable drill, battery-operated drill, and a Milwaukee M18 fuel drill. Now, if you follow my blog or any of my videos, you'll see that generally I'm not a battery guy for a lot of reasons. I do a lot of work here in my shop. Don't really need it. I hate the cost of batteries. Hate the cost of batteries. Oh my God. But all that said, 120 volt never gives out on me. However, I'm doing more on-site work, out in the field. So I needed reliable tools when I'm out in the field. Now, nothing wrong with Porter cable. It's a great homeowner grade tool. At the price point, absolutely, because I can buy 2 or 3 of these for every 1 of these. Now, it's a little disingenuous here because this is actually a hammer drill. My other hammer drill is a lot bigger. Yeah, it's a lot bigger. It's a half-inch hammer drill. I can cut through a lot of stuff. Anyway, that's corded, by the way. But we're just going to go over the features for the drill, not the hammer drill section. All right, why don't you come on in here and I'll show you what some of the differences are. And some of the common features, to be honest. Okay, let's start with the fact that they're both drills. Pull the trigger, spins a bit. Now you hear that noise? That's how much more power I get out of this than this one. This is a very powerful drill. So they're both drills. You pull the trigger. Both of them have forward and reverse feature. Easy to access. Okay. Pretty common. You'll find that in every drill out there. All right. They both have a selector. 1-2 selector for still new, so it's a little sticky. They also have torque settings, so I can go from 2 to 22 in a drill. This goes 2 to 16 and either a drill or a hammer. Okay, so right now it's set up for drill. So I can use this for pretty much anything. All right. Now, when you look at these 2 pieces of equipment, absolutely great pieces of equipment, both of them, for their purpose. This Porter cable, here's a feature that I really like about the Porter cable. Actually, both of them kind of have it. Porter cable does a little bit better job. Is on the side here, in this particular tool, when I lay it down, there's rubber. So these rubber bumpers actually keep the tool off of the surface. So I'm working inside on someone's counter. People get upset when you lay things in their counter because they spend a lot of money on their granite or whatever it is. So having that really helps out. One thing I don't like about Porter cable is I wish they would have put rubber on the bottom, because that 90% of the time this is the way you set it down. All right. This has a similar feature, but that being said, it seems to work, I guess. So it does have a similar feature. It has these 2 bumpers here and one here, but you're really close. If you laid it down at an angle, you're going to smack it. This one, not so much. Okay. Now, they're both battery operated. Pop the battery out. Same with this one. This one you have to squeeze and pull. Now, let's talk about lights. So this has a light. That light's on, you can see. This one has a light right here and shines directly on your workpiece. I like that because there's times where you're working on something and you need that light directly on the workpiece. Now, Milwaukee chose to put theirs down here. Not that it doesn't do the same thing, but from where it's at, it's a little bit tougher because it's spreading a lot of light around, but that gets easily blocked. So there's a number of areas or spaces I can see where this particular method it's not the best way to, not the best location for the LED. I ought to put it right under here. Design thing that I would suggest to Milwaukee. All right. Now, moving through this, Milwaukee has a belt hook, right? That's, you can swap this left or right. Just undo the screw, drop it on this side, you're good to go. Porter cable doesn't have that option. But you have to ask yourself how many times, if you're a homeowner, how much do you need that? I would say quite a bit, because if as a homeowner, you're moving up and down a ladder, continually trying to put in, curtains and all that kind of thing. But that's okay. Now, with all that said, here's something else I think is really important that I'm a little disappointed that Milwaukee didn't include. All right. Now, the impact driver has a magnet. This one actually has a little clip. So when I need that spare drill or that spare driver point, I can drop it right in there and can swap driver points or drills very easily. If you guys know that there's someplace in here that I completely missed, let me know. But I got nothing, man. I gotta tell you, I got nothing in here. There's no place to put a spare drill. I wish they would do that. Okay, I really do. I really wish that they would have that available, because I think that, to me, that's pretty important. When I'm up doing something and I got to swap from the drill to the driver point, it'd be really nice to have that driver point right there. So a couple other things. This uses the red lithium. You can see, tells me where my battery life is. I'm always guessing here. So in the field, doing on site, this really helps because I can hit that before I leave. I know if I'm going to have enough power to last me for part of the job, all the job, half the job, whatever, and if I need to bring something else or bring an extra battery. Whereas my Porter cable, I'm always guessing as to how much power is in it, which is, it's a detail. Now, these both do the same thing. This is actually a brushless motor with a very high torque. This is a brushed motor with a lot less torque. This is primarily because you're running the hammer drill. Now, because they have a hammer drill here, I haven't checked the other ones, but this is all magnesium alloy. So all your clutching and gearing are contained in a magnesium alloy here, with the motor being covered by a polymer. Here, the whole thing's polymer. Okay, so your gearing is contained inside this polymer plastic housing. So the reliability, let's not say reliability, survivability in the field is a little bit lower. All right, it's a lot lower. You drop this thing a couple times and it's gonna shatter. This thing I can drop 3, 4, 5 times and it should be good to go. All right, which is again why I'm going Milwaukee. I've done a bunch of research on this. There's a lot of guys who've looked at this in detail and taken apart and done teardowns. Teardowns are really cool, but I haven't done that myself. Both tools are really good. They have their place. If you're a homeowner, honestly, I would recommend picking up Porter cable. Okay, I've been using these tools for a while. They're just a solid set of homeowner style tools. Unless you have a lot of extra money, then you can go Milwaukee. Now, I would personally, if you're doing that, I would pick Milwaukee over DeWalt for a lot of reasons. At contractor grade, your price points are pretty much the same. You may get a deal on some DeWalt stuff, maybe, or whatever. But I will say this: the kit I bought, including the hammer drill, the impact driver, 2 batteries, and a charger, was $206. Okay, I don't think I can get a better deal than that anywhere else. Now, I also picked up a 6.5-inch saw, circle saw. The saw with an 8 amp hour battery. By the way, this came with 2 5 amp hour batteries. The saw came with an 8 amp hour battery. And that same thing ran me 220, I'm sorry, 206, same thing. All right, so huge deal on that too, because the battery runs about $200. Same here, and that's what I like to do. I hate spending money on batteries. Did I say that? Okay. But when you look at that and you compare it against the price point of Porter Cable as a homeowner, man, all day. Because I could throw these away. I could throw these away every 5 or 6 years, or drop them off the roof and buy a new one. Yeah, it hurts, but you know, for the price point here, absolutely. I just wish these guys would up their game a little bit. I also wish that Milwaukee, hey Milwaukee, if you're listening out there, absolutely, you need some place to stick an extra drill bit or driver bit on both of your machines. This and the impact wrench, or impact driver, I'm sorry. So take note. Now, and oh, by the way, Porter Cable, if you're listening, you really need a belt hook on this thing. All right, this might be a little dated by a few years. Maybe you got that going right now, but I'll say this. A belt hook would be a great addition to this tool for a lot of reasons. Because as a homeowner, going up and down the ladder, it'd be great to hook it on your belt, go up and down the ladder. So all that said, folks, I hope you got something out of this. If you did, hit like and subscribe. And hey, until next time, good making.